Hi there. Welcome to Half-Life Blue Shift. I'm Blastness, and with me today I have a co-commentator guest. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Tanz, and I don't know a lot about Half-Life.
Well, that means you're going to be perfect for this because, yeah, our protagonist today doesn't know a whole lot about Half-Life either.
Oh, poor guy.
Good morning, and welcome to the Black
So,
Mesa Transit System.
you don't do you know anything about how the original Half-Life started?
Black Mesa residents.
I am aware that there were head crabs.
Research Facility.
Yeah. Well, the significance of this is actually that, yeah, in the original Half-Life, it also started with a tram ride with a bit of an exposition, but here in Blue Shift, they're starting a little bit higher up in order to show more of the civilian side of the facility.
They just mentioned it was like 105 degrees in New Mexico where they are. It is currently below freezing where I am, so our protagonist is having a very different day.
Oh yes, I believe that actually the Half-Life series take at least the ones taking place around this whole incident. Yeah, it takes place, I think, around the late summer or so, or at least early fall. But I could be wrong about that.
If it is necessary to exit the train, disabled
And actually, originally there weren't any subtitles for these games, so I kind of had to do them myself. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, if they're a little bit awkward or something, then yeah, it's probably because of something I did.
But it's still, that's impressive job, and I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond Sector C, you will need to board.
And so, the character that we're playing here is actually going by the name of Barney Calhoun, and he's a security guard working here at the Black Mesa facility.
For processing. Before you
I can already tell that whatever they're doing at this facility, it's very high security.
if you wish to travel
But simultaneously high security and also basically drunk science. You'll see later on, but yeah, the stuff that they do is incredibly negligent.
Oh, so they're doing dangerous science, but not with the proper precautions, maybe.
No, not in the slightest.
Also, I'm already reminded of the trams you ride at airports to go between terminals. This is giving me major airport tram vibes.
Man, hey Calhoun. Looks like we're in for a long day today. Have a good one, Calhoun.
So actually,
Bye.
the name Barney, it actually relates to the original design for the security guards. They in their original design, they were kind of really pale and looking a bit middle aged, and basically, yeah, they looked like Barney Fife from the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh, I love Andy Griffith. He actually grew up he's from North Carolina, same as me.
So yeah, there were a number of jokes like that, and I'm not really sure what caused that sort of glass shattering sound, but oh well. This is a up port from the original game that was released in 2001. Basically, it's just putting the original assets into more of a modern engine, so not everything works out exactly as it should. You'll notice this when, as we're about to see, a guy's about to go past us on a tram. Watch out for this guy.
Hold on a minute. The door's not responding to your pass ID. Let me see if I can get it open on this side.
Yeah, he's kind of wigging out a little bit there.
Oh gosh!
Yeah.
I don't think that man is having a very good day. I'm not sure he's okay.
Yeah, that was actually Gordon Freeman, by the way.
I have heard that name. He is the main protagonist of the first game, correct?
That's right. And actually, in the original tram ride, when you were playing as Gordon, you would go past a door where a security guard was kind of hammering on it, trying to get in. So that's us.
Whoa, that's cool. Also, I love that their high security facilities are on the same floor as their refreshments. That's some good design.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And yeah, there's a microwave, but all the vending machine snacks are chips. So
that doesn't. What are they supposed to microwave?
I don't know.
Is everyone just bringing soup from home, or are they just having hot soup in the middle of summer in the desert?
The access system. Hope you're ready for a long shift.
And actually, here's another interesting fact. All these character models are what's called high definition. Like, that's what they considered high definition back in the early 2000s. Like, originally they were a lot blurrier and
I'm a little busy right now, Calhoun.
just generally, like, not very good looking.
Can I say I love some of the names on some of these lockers?
Now, pay attention to that cardboard box. We'll be getting to that in the next video, but
Who was that? Was that Anselmo's picture, or is that just someone else?
I think that was just like a picture of one of the developers.
Oh.
Yeah,
There
you'll
was
see.
someone named, like, Truck and Bob and
Looks
something.
Like some people are having problems with the main
Some
access
weird
lift
name
in
people
Sector
working
G.
here.
Why don't you go over
Yeah,
and see what you
in
can
the
do?
original Half-Life, actually, like there were a bunch of lockers with the names of the members of the development team, but I don't know if the lockers here are actually relevant like that.
We're doing everything we can to get the problem under control. Just give us some time to...
Time? I don't have any more time. If I'm not able to get my report to the administrator in the next hour, then my job will be in serious
No one's
jeopardy.
having a good
And
day
I'll make sure
today.
that mine is not
Oh,
the
yes.
only one.
As they said, like system crashes, things going haywire. There's going to be an experiment today, and it's very possible that, yes, the experiment might go a little bit off.
The future!
Success! So, as I said, we need to get our vest on, which we did, and then we also need to get our sidearm. Now, the original game, we had on a suit of powered armor, like the HEV suit, which could get powered up by wall outlets. But this game, since we're just a lowly security guard, they came up with a brand new idea. Like, you'll never believe this one. Okay, what if we just grabbed armor vests and helmets off the floor?
Ooh, that is different. Oh, so Gordon, the other guy, he is a scientist then? He's not a security guard like us.
Yeah, Gordon, he's a doctor of theoretical physics, and his job mostly involves pressing buttons and pushing carts. Like this professor here as well.
Oh.
Yes, like, for some reason they don't have, like, technicians who can do this kind of thing. They have the scientists do it.
Also, like, I know this is a scientific facility, but man, this is an ugly place. Like, no sense of interior decoration at all. Just endless gray hallways.
For sure, yeah. I mean, that's kind of a theme in these kinds of, like, sci-fi shooters, is that there's never, like, a place where we'd actually like to work.
How's it going? Here you go, Calhoun. I know you're not on the schedule for a couple more days, but if you want to squeeze in a few shots in the range, there's plenty of room.
The gunman helpfully hinting to us that we need to practice, that if we want to take our time to practice our shooting, we should do it now.
Yeah, and actually there's some bullets in us for us if we do it. And as you can see, the handgun, like, there's a bit of recoil on it, like you can't get like a perfect shot. But, you know, if you take your time between shots, then you can generally hit the target. That might be relevant later.
Okay. Good to know.
And
Are you jumping all the time when you're moving, or are you just moving very weirdly?
No, I'm jumping. Like, there's actually a little bit of a speed boost you can do, like if you jump at the right angle, like repeatedly, but I've never been able to manage that.
I'm just imagining this, like, ordinary-looking security guard going about his rounds, but he's just, like, skipping along, like, happily skipping, and all the other guards are like, Barney, what are you doing, man? Barney,
Yeah.
the happiest security guard.
So, a bit of background about this game, actually. The original Half-Life was made by a company called Valve, but when they started development on Half-Life 2, they basically farmed it out to an up-and-coming company called Gearbox Software. And you might know about them, like they do the Borderlands games as well. So yeah, these were the first games ever made by Randy Pitchford.
Oh, wow.
Oh yes. Well, yeah, I don't know why what exploded there either. Like I said, this game is kind of weird. Like I don't think the port was exactly correct. Just kind
I
of like
like
a
how
whole
the
bunch of
door
weird things.
into, like, the secure part of the facility looks exactly like a jail door. Like, it feels like we're in a jail right now more than a high-tech scientific facility.
Yeah, like you'd think that they would have been able to like blow a little bit of money on making things actually look presentable, but you know what?
It's just a very unpleasant place to work. Like, what I'm getting from here is that I do not want to work at Black Mesa at all.
Yeah, that is the basic impression. The system that they're using here is actually called Gold Source. That's Gold SRC. It's a modification of the original Quake engine, so yeah, you can't pick up anything, but you can drag it. And yeah, this glitchy fellow here.
He's not having a good day.
Yeah, that's a more like overarching character called the G-Man. He doesn't factor at all into this game. Like that's the only time you actually see him.
Oh, but he has the coolest name. I want to be named the G-Man. Did like other people call him that, or did he decide like that he was going to start calling himself the G-Man?
No, that's another thing that people found from like mining the game's code. Like that's basically what the developers called him. Like nobody actually has a name for him.
That's a cool nickname, though. Like, I would absolutely want to be called the G-Man. Not that anything in my name would lead me to be called the G-Man.
Yeah, it's basically like the government man. Like he's a suit who's got a briefcase with him that might have special powers. I don't know. Also, check this out. Yeah, like they're having a security guard go down in order to do like rudimentary like repair work. Like I said, they have no technicians, no engineers.
Guard, like, does his job? Like, are you just a security guard doing your job with these two very glitchy men?
Maybe, maybe not. Like right about now, actually, that experiment I mentioned before is just about to begin.
Also, the glitchy man to the right of you looks a lot like Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Oh no, power failure.
I'd be surprised if there's one good brain among them.
Don't worry, we got it all sorted out. Everything is fine.
Yeah, we have a handgun and a security vest. We're gonna be totally fine.
My goodness. Oh dear!
I shouldn't be laughing at this.
Oh no, no. You should definitely be laughing at this.
Oh! What is that?
Oh, didn't I mention, like, there are aliens in this game?
Oh!
Yeah, this wasn't gonna be a whole game about just doing our job, right?
I wasn't sure. I don't know. I've played whole games that are just about doing my job, but our job just became surviving aliens.
Well, right now, maybe we would want to just, survive this elevator.
Yeah. This would be a cool, like, version of the, like, Tower of Terror ride at Disney, like this specific elevator from Half-Life.
Yep. One of the things that was big about the Gold Source engine is that it was just like a seamless transition between levels. Like, you wouldn't get to loading screens or whatever, except for these tiny notifications that they were loading the next section, but otherwise it would just look like you were walking from place to place.
Oh, he's very dead.
They are all very dead. However, we have ourselves a crowbar, and you know what that
How
means?
did we survive that crash if, like, everyone else died in the elevator with us? How the heck did we just survive that?
We were wearing a helmet, that's why. Always wear a helmet, it's for safety.
This game is actually just a safety PSA.
For sure. And anyway, so the crowbar, its main thing is that, well, it's our melee weapon in the game, obviously, but it also can be used to break open boxes. And sometimes there are goodies inside.
Oh, I don't like that thing.
And it's called a hound eye. It's actually one of the least dangerous enemies. Like, all it can do is build up a charge and then do a small shockwave around itself, so yeah, you have plenty of warning in order to get away from it.
Okay. It would make an okay pet. It's actually kind of cute now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, they're like puppies that try to kill you. So, there's actually a point to all this stuff that we're breaking. Like, there's eventually something that we can, like, smash our way up to. But mostly I just like breaking boxes. It's fun.
Barney's boss is gonna dock his salary for this.
Well, I think that if there's anyone who's going to fire us, they've either already flown the coop or, they're dead. So there was a point to that. As we'll see when we backtrack here, there was a door that was sealed by a power lock. So, yeah, we had to blow up that transformer box in order to actually get this thing open. That's sort of the extent of puzzles in Half-Life games. Like, if it doesn't involve pressing a button or flipping a switch or turning a valve or something, then you probably need to break something. So these are the head crabs.
Yep. I have seen weirdly cute plushies of these things before. I have many friends who own plushies of these for whatever reason.
Yeah, head crabs are the least dangerous enemies, but they're often used to startle you. Like, they're put in very inconvenient places. So, yeah. You see this grating here, and you see these barrels that are obviously explosive?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh!
It's pretty easy to put 1 plus 1 together, but there's a problem. Yeah, our security guy here, he's completely incapable of shooting between the gaps, so we need to get ourselves a little bit higher. And yeah, this facility just kind of leaves ammo just lying around. It's weird.
Calhoun! How did you get through the power lock? Well, it doesn't matter. The only other way out of here is through the canal. If you do make it to the surface, don't tell anyone I'm down here. I think they're trying to kill us all. Now get out of here. The canal is where you want to be.
Does this character, Barney, does he show up in the original Half-Life at all, or was he created for this?
Well, he's actually, like, there were a lot of generic security guards. So you can basically think of Barney as just, like, a more special generic character. Like, he does, like, have importance later on in the series, but yeah, it was basically just, hey, like, all these security guards that are basically identical? What if you played as one of them? Also, yeah, don't step on the green stuff. It's not water.
Is it vodka?
No, it's hazardous waste.
Vodka's my favorite thing for it to be when it's not water.
Mm-hmm. They're just kind of storing these canisters of waste around here, like where their tram system goes on through. So then.
Oh, more aliens.
Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that every weapon, well, except for the crowbar, has like an alternative fire. So for the handgun, the alternative fire is this like rapid fire setting. It's a bit more inaccurate, but if you're at point blank range, it really doesn't matter, you know?
Uh-huh.
And these electric spewing guys, they're called Vortigons.
They seem a little bit more dangerous than the previous aliens.
Yeah, they are.
So were the aliens being kept in this facility, or, like, were they made here?
Well, that's one of the things that, yeah, would have been explained to you if you'd played the previous games, but, no, like, they were teleported in here as part of an experiment. Basically like an experiment gone completely wrong.
Oh.
Like, one thing that Barney will never figure out, but, well, I guess he'll get sort of an idea of it, but not really the full picture, is that, yeah, Black Mesa was conducting experiments into teleporting to another dimension, basically.
And that's where all these friends are from.
Yeah, precisely.
And they just want to play with us.
And, alright, this is actually a little bit more complicated than what we've done before, but mostly just because it's a lot about trial and error. Yeah, we just kind of got to move these platforms so we can jump up them and get to that ladder. I probably should have edited this. Like, there's a lot of sort of like things where it's not exactly right. Like, you gotta adjust it.
Barney can only jump so high. Barney, this is why you don't skip leg day.
There is actually an optional training mission you can do called the Hazard Course, where it does have various obstacles relating to like jumping and crawling and things like that, but yeah.
I still think Barney's been skipping leg day.
Possibly. So then we got this box here, right? Gotta jump onto this. Or not.
Oof.
Almost there. Just gotta go a little higher. The jumping in the original games, like this was, you know, early 2000s for first-person shooters, like things weren't really, like, hammered out. Although you did have games like, have you ever heard of the Thief games?
Heard of, but not played.
Yeah, like the Thief games, they actually had like a very like sort of rudimentary sort of mantling system where if you sort of just got to the edge of a jump, you could actually pull yourself up over the rest of it.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah, it's very handy, and I feel like more games should have that feature. Yeah, believe it or not, but these Vortigaunt guys are actually like super important to the series as a whole. I mean, they look like just your average enemy, but no, like, they are going to be super important.
I really like the different noises that the aliens are making when you attack them. Whoever did the alien sound effects for this game had a lot of fun, clearly.
Yeah, they're mostly just borrowed from the original game, like, pretty much all the enemies in this game, actually all of them are, like, not pretty much, they are all just borrowed from the original Half-Life. Some of the Gearbox games in the series have a little bit more ambition, but this one is, yeah, it's very by the numbers. Like, pretty much the only thing that changed is, well, they added some levels, and they had some voice acting.
Ooh, it's a whole, like, hole of toxic waste.
No, actually, that's just stanky water. Like, that won't actually kill us if we try to jump in it.
Oh, in the sewers?
Yeah, they remember, like, that scientist said that we had to
yeah.
go through the canals?
Oh, the canals are just filled with gross water.
And, ruptured steam pipes.
Fun. Sorry, aliens. No boiled or no steamed Barney for dinner.
No, no, like we like definitely want to avoid that. Like I said, like with the powered armor, you could like recharge it, finding like these little batteries or at wall-mounted units. But Barney here, like if he doesn't find a vest, then he doesn't get armor.
You just got a different gun. What is your new gun?
And it's a shotgun. It basically behaves like every shotgun in existence.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about here. Like the HEV charger units, completely worthless to us.
Now, if Barney wanted to be a total jerk, he could shoot them all and not leave them functional for Gordon, who's also probably trying to survive right about now. But thankfully, I don't think Barney is that much of a jerk.
Oh no, actually, like, Gordon and Barney are friends. Like, if you talk to any of, like, the NPC scientists before all this goes down, they'll say stuff like, you know, hey, after this is all over, why don't we grab a beer together?
Aww. It's at least good to see them all getting along.
Yeah, originally, actually, the original design for Half-Life 1, like, involved everyone blaming Gordon for the accident and actually turning on him. But what they discovered was that people actually, like, they empathized more with the scientists and the security guards, so actually they made them sort of sympathetic. So now, in the original Half-Life, instead, like, they help you out, and they lend you assistance whenever they can, and, yeah, people enjoyed that a whole lot more.
Yeah, I don't think I can... I like that. I don't think I can stand playing another game where your primary assistant is, like, a total jerk to you after playing Portal. Like, I love those games, but she is just incredibly rude and insulting you the entire time.
Yep. So what we ran into there is that, like, there's this kind of, like, blender thingy that we have to get past in order to get out of the canals, but, you know, first we gotta break it somehow. So we're kind of taking this route around the side here.
Who puts a blender in their canal?
Well, it's designed in order to break up all the boxes. Also, say hi to barnacles.
Hi, barnacles.
Yeah, there are these thingies that just hang on the ceiling, they drop their tongue down, and they pick up whatever they grab. Which, yeah,
Ew.
includes us. Yeah, they're kind of gross,
Don't lick
but
us, please. I don't want to be licked.
they're pretty easy to dodge. Like, mostly the thing about them is that they're often, like, suspended, like, right in front of things we need to get to, so you need to either get rid of them or, like, find a way in order to, like, get around them.
Barney is gonna need a bath when this is all over. He is probably smelling pretty rank right about now.
And, like, the security guard helmet, it doesn't have any, like, face mask or anything, so...
Oh, and he's swimming through the, like, stanky water.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it is, yeah, going straight up his nose.
Ugh. Poor guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Charging through, shooting the aliens, like, just let me out of here so I can have a bath. I smell so bad.
Yeah. Main advantage of the Quake engine is that, yeah, like, you can do a lot of very, like, detailed environmental destruction. I was supposed to land on that pipe, by the way. I kind of overshot it.
Oops.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, this game involves a lot of momentum, and, like, you're a little bit slippery, so you do kind of have to watch how quickly you're going. Also, zombies.
Oh, that poor guy.
Yeah, he's not having a good day.
I don't think anyone here is having a good day, except for maybe some of the aliens.
So yeah, this is the result of having a head crab, like, latch onto you. Don't ask me why your rib cage opens up, that's a little weird. But kinda cool.
pretty cool looking, if also very gross. It looks like they, like, I know they're head crabs, but it looks like they have rotisserie chickens on their heads.
You know what? I think that's mostly the coloring. Also, wow, someone was keeping shotgun shells in a crate. Which I guess is better than just leaving them out in the open, but still.
Where do you keep your shotgun shells?
Well, I don't own a shotgun, so...
Do those first aid kits actually help you at all, or are they just aesthetic?
The first aid thingies on the wall, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, yeah, those are like health recharge units. Like we were at 98, we went back to 100. Those things are yeah, those
God,
things...
what's that?
Oh, bull squids. They spit at you and then they charge at you. This game, like, they basically just made the whole like the first level is basically just like a big running tour of every single monster in the game, basically.
I was gonna say they remind me of the sewer alligators.
Yeah, kind of. But actually, like, despite all that stuff that they seemingly spit up, like, the only thing you actually have to worry about is that little gob that flies through the air. Like, they're actually pretty easy to dodge. So then, Blue Shift, I think it was released in June of 2001. You see, Gearbox, as part of their work with the IP, they were going to be releasing the Half-Life games on different consoles, so Blue Shift was intended to be like an add-on for the Dreamcast port of Half-Life, but, you know, the Dreamcast sort of died in 2001, so they just kind of released it as a PC game instead. Hey guys.
How shocking to see you.
Yeah, the Vortigaunt AI, if they get wounded, they're programmed to try to run away a little bit. And yeah, like they did a bunch of these little like AI things with the monsters in the game, where it's like they're not just running straight at you and doing their attacks. Like they got these little behaviors that they do in response to damage. Anyway, here's the puzzle. We needed to bring this crate down in order to drop it into the canal.
Which is exactly what the sign tells us not to do. There was a sign that was like, keep explosive materials out of the canal. We're just going to blatantly ignore that.
Yep. That was just a clue to do the opposite of what it just said. Because that's sort of how this game works. And that'll bring us to the end of the canals, so we'll pick this up again in the next video.